Why has not your pastor told you that it's a sin to sleep with, have sex with, and marry the other nations? When God said that you're the chosen people of God.
The Native Americans were slaves by putting them in a boarding school, which would erase our religion from the United States.
Oh, he just made up a tribe just then, just on the spot. When God created all the nations, did he create all the nations equal? Are you a Christian? You a Christian? You go to church? What church you go to?
We're here with our church.
You right as serving. Okay, so when God created all the nations, did he create all the nations equal? As far as you know, okay, give me a scripture. Yeah, that says that all nations are equal. You don't know off the top of your head. What's your nationality? I just walked up, so I don't, huh? Okay, all right. What about her? Is your wife? Native, what's her father? Yeah. What's his race? Okay, so you know, I know. Let's be honest with each other. You got to be honest with yourself.
Right.
You on her father's side, he's a white man, right? Do you know what his father is? Okay, so just do this. Do this. Take half-breed out of your mind. I'm just asking about the father, right? That's all I'm asking about.
Bring it out.
Where's your father from?
From Michigan.
From Michigan? Okay, what's his race?
He's white.
He's white. Okay. He's white. So now I'm gonna ask you again. Are all nations equal according to the Bible? As far as what you know. Okay, as far as what they tell you in the church. What they told you in the church. We all the children of God.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So who's the holy people unto the Lord thy God that Moses is talking about right now? Read 1 and 1, real quick. Deuteronomy 1 and 1. Let's see who because this is Moses talking right now. Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
You see who Moses is talking to? All Israel, right? Come on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Above.
Stop. It said what?
Above.
It say equal to.
Above.
It say below.
Above.
God said that the children of Israel are above all the other nations on the face of the planet.
Right.
God chose us over and above all the other nations on the face of the planet.
That's right.
Contrary to what your pastor taught you,
Bring it out.
there is no equality in the Bible.
That's right.
There's no equality with God at all. You know who taught us that? You know where we learned equality from? We learned equality in slavery.
Bring it out.
We learned equality when the Spaniards came over and conquered so-called Mexicans.
Right.
When they pushed the tribe of Gad out of their reservations. Or onto reservations, rather. When they stole California, when they stole Texas. So that half-breed stuff, you know where you learn that from? You learn that right here. You learn that in slavery. Just like we did. Meanwhile, here in America, we taught what? We 1/5 of a man. 3/5 of a man. This is where you learn equality from. But according to God, he said what?
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above the Chinese, above the Japanese,
Right.
above the so-called white man, above all the other nations. God said, I chose you I made you a special people.
Right.
It's not a wonder that we're the only nation of people that went to slavery by way of slave ship. Why is it that we're the only nation of people that had our land stolen? We were colonized. We had Texas stolen from us. California stolen from us. Why is it us? Why didn't the land of China get stolen? Why didn't the Chinese get their land taken from them? Why didn't Spain get their land taken from them? Why didn't the French get their land taken from them? Why did they come over and conquer us when we were over here? Tobit 4:12. So what God said, we're the chosen people. But what happened? Why did this happen to us? First get 28:15. Matter of fact, no, go to Tobit. Go to Tobit. Why did this happen to us? Why did this happen to us? Real quick. Because this is salvation. Hold up before you go. Because you didn't have nothing to do before you got here. Now this is what you need. This is the medicine that you need. This is the medicine that you need. Tobit 4. Come on.
Tobit chapter 4 verse 12.
No, it's not our views. This is the Bible. This is what your pastor's supposed to be teaching you. It's not our views. We're reading out the Bible. Why has not your pastor told you that it's a sin to sleep with, have sex with, and marry the other nations when God said that you're the chosen people of God? She's native. Okay, come on.
Tobit chapter 4 verse 12.
Huh? North America. Huh? Okay, so then let's see if she bears witness with this. Come on.
Tobit chapter 4 verse 12. Beware of all order.
Hold up. Wait. Come on.
Beware of all order.
Oh, he just made up a tribe just on the spot. You didn't know earlier, then you just make up a tribe on the spot. Come on.
Beware of all order, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy father.
So this miscegenation, we gonna marry every other nation we can think of outside of our own. God said that that's whoredom. That is whoredom according to the Bible. Y'all are crazy out here. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you were conquered by every other nation on the face of the planet. But in 2024, you want to marry them. You crazy. God said that that's whoredom. Read it again.
Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy father.
You must take a wife of the seed of your father.
That's right.
Y'all out here trying to make up tribes on the spot. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Only black people and Mexicans would do something like that. Only black people and Mexicans who don't know who they are would make up a tribe on the spot. Y'all just gonna make up a nationality on the spot. Y'all crazy. What's your name? Jolene? Derek, how old are you? Derek, yeah, Derek, how old are you, Derek? 23. 24. Delilah, how old are you, Delilah? 24. Okay, I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Delilah, I'm gonna start with you, Delilah. The Native Americans, did they go into slavery? Yes? Okay. When they went into slavery, where did they go into slavery? Where were they made slaves? Where did they serve as slaves? All over? Okay. Here, I'm gonna let you say it on the mic.
My theory is that the Native Americans were slaves by putting them in a boarding school, which would erase our religion from the United States.
Okay, you said they erased your religion.
So that's what I think about slavery with the Native Americans, by putting them in boarding schools, by getting us to live a different race.
Getting us to live a different race. Okay, all right, that's heavy. So I'm gonna show you something real quick, because I mentioned slavery, and then I'm gonna touch on the boarding schools too, because did y'all know that that's recorded in the Bible?
Bring it out.
Did you know that? You look surprised. Did you know that? Nothing new under the sun. Are y'all, what's y'all's religion? Christian? Okay, Pentecostal? Did y'all learn this in the Pentecostal church? Have y'all read Deuteronomy 28 in the Pentecostal church? You said no. Maybe. Yes. What about you? You learn from moms? Okay, watch this. 28:68. I'm gonna show y'all something. Because, like you said, there's nothing new under the sun. History, what you're gonna find out, history lines up perfectly with the prophecies that are written, because Moses was a prophet. Y'all know that, right? So what Moses did was he declared what God told him to say. He declared the end from the beginning, meaning Moses saw the beginning of time in the earth. That's why he wrote the book of Genesis, the beginning, right? He also saw the middle of times, like the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages, things like that. And he also saw the end. All right? Meaning the end of the world. Watch this, verse 68. I'm going to show y'all something. This is a book that we have. It's called The Other Slavery. So y'all think I'm just making it up. So you see it's got an author and everything, right?
Bring it out.
Okay, what's the author's name at the bottom?
I can't really pronounce it. Andres Resendez.
There you go, Andres Resendez. This is a book called The Other Slavery, the uncovered story of Indian enslavement in America. All right, y'all follow me so far? We talk about Indian enslavement in America. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read some history, I'm gonna read the prophecy, and then we're gonna read some history to see if it lines up, all right? Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Okay, y'all know any Bible history? Okay, what were the Israelites doing in ancient Egypt? Building pyramids. Were they just free to do whatever they wanted? No, they were what? Build the pyramid. Watch this. Exodus 6 and 5. Exodus chapter, I think it's 6 and 5. I think that's what I want. 6 and 4, 6 and 5. Come on.
Exodus chapter 6 and verse 5.
Bring it on.
And I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptian keep in bondage.
What's another word for bondage? Slavery. So what were the Israelites doing in ancient Egypt? They were slaves, right? So now God said what?
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee.
So the thee is the children of Israel. God said, I'm going to bring you into what?
Egypt.
Into Egypt, or into bondage.
Again.
Notice how he said again, because he wasn't talking about ancient Egypt. He said, I'm going to bring you into another Egypt. Come on.
With ships.
He said, I'm going to bring you into slavery with what?
With ships.
With ships. Keep that in mind. God said, I'm going to send the children of Israel into Egypt or into slavery with what?
With ships.
With ships. So now let's read some history. This is the other slavery, the uncovered story of Indian enslavement in America. Read that.
Columbus's shipments would continue a year later in February 1495.
So now we talk about Christopher Columbus, right? Come on.
He sent 550 Indians from Hispaniola, crammed into 4 caravels bound.
What's a caravel? Y'all know what a caravel is? A caravel is a ship. Columbus sent 550 Indians in what?
From Hispaniola, crammed into 4 caravels.
Or 4 ships.
Bound for the slave market.
Bound for what?
The slave market.
So where did the Indians go? They went to Spain in what?
4 caravels bound for the slave market.
What other nation of people went into slavery by way of a ship, as it says in the Holy Bible? That didn't happen to white people. It didn't happen to the Japanese. It didn't happen to the Chinese. That happened to the Native Americans. That happened to so-called Hispanics. That happened to the children of Israel.
That's right. Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
God said you would not see your homeland again. We wouldn't see Jerusalem again. Where would we be? We would go from the island of Hispaniola over to Spain. We would go from North America, we would be pushed into reservations. We would go over to Portugal. You would go from North America, or what he called the New World, and you would go where? You would go to Spain, you would go to Portugal. You didn't swim over there. You didn't fly over there. How'd you get there? The same way that God said that you would go, by way of slave ship. How did so-called African Americans get over here? By slave ships. Because we're the same people. Hold this one up. We're the same people. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are the children of Israel.
That's right.
We are the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
When you read the Gentiles in the New Testament, that's not talking about all nations. That's talking about you all, the northern kingdom of Israel. Because there was a split between Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. That was the southern kingdom, and the northern kingdom, which was Ephraim on down to Naphtali. Where are you? The tribe of Gad, American Indians.
That's right.
The American Indians. That's what tribe you descend from of the nation of Israel.
Right.
For myself, I'm from the tribe of Judah, American black.
Right.
So history lines up perfectly with what God said would happen.
Right.
We just read a book that said Christopher Columbus shipped Native Americans from the island of Hispaniola over to where? Over to Spain.
Right.
Over to Spain by way of what? Slave ship. Let's get some more just so y'all don't think I'm making nothing up. Hold the Bible and we're going to read this. Start at about
the slaves. About the slaves with whom he traveled. Cuneo wrote that about 1,600 captives had been brought to the docks, but only 550 of them, the best males and females, could be loaded. Loaded.
Loaded on what? Loaded on ships. Hold that. Go back to 28:68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Meaning you wouldn't see your homeland again. Come on.
And
there where you get off the slave ships,
ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Wait a minute. It said we would go into what? We just read that the natives would go into what? Slave markets. Ye shall be what?
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Didn't we just read the best males and females could be loaded? Those are bondmen and bondwomen, slave men and slave women. We are reading biblical prophecy that became what? History. And it's our present day reality. Because like you said, now what happened? Now you're on reservations. Now you're in boarding schools. Now you're worshiping and serving gods that don't even look like you. That your forefathers never knew. Your forefathers never knew white Jesus. Because if I asked you what color was what Jesus looked like, what would you say? Huh? You thought he'd be colored. What about yourself? Brown skin? What about you? Same, brown skin. Okay, now did the church ever tell the true biblical, hold this sign back up. Did the church ever tell the Israelites what Jesus looked like? No. Did the church ever tell these people what Jesus Christ looked like according to the Bible? Okay, so now what scripture would you go to prove that Jesus Christ was colored or brown skin? Matthew, okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, so watch this. I'm glad you said it. Go to verse 48.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
Who's serving their enemies? Who was put in boarding schools and had their hair shaved? Who was put on reservations? What does it say?
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
This is Bible prophecy. This is all history. These are facts. We have the books. Come on.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Which God sent against you. Come on.
In hunger.
Meaning for food. So if you wanted food, who'd you have to go to? The same race of people that put you in slavery, that put you on reservations, that put you on slave ships and sent you to Spain. Come on.
And in thirst.
And in thirst.
And in nakedness.
Meaning for the clothes on your back. They ripped the clothes off your back. our people were not savages with no clothes. That's crazy. So I mean, we had crown of feathers, but then we didn't have no shirts. That's crazy. This happened because of colonization, slavery, where they said, we're not gonna give you no shirt, we'll give you a little loincloth and that's it. Come on, it says what?
And in what of all things?
The what of all things, meaning a birth certificate, if you want a death certificate, if you want a driver's license, if you want education, if you want a religion, who you gotta go to?
Bring it out!
White people. That's who you gotta go to.
Bring it out!
Because who's the let's just deal with Texas. Who's the president? What's his race? What about the governor of Texas? So we can just start right there. Who's over the country and who's over your state?
Jesus! Bring it out!
God said you're gonna have to go to them for what? An education. You're gonna have to go to them for your religion. You're gonna have to go to them if you want to be born. You gotta go to their hospital. If you want to die, you gotta go to their cemetery. But we're reading the history that you know, because you seem like a bright brother. You seem like you're a studied brother when it comes to your history. All of y'all do, really. But the key piece that you're missing is your book. The Bible is your book. This is the Holy Bible. My brother need to figure his life out with his. But other than that, under the tape, it says Holy Bible. This is your book. This is your history books. If you want your family photo album, this is your family photo album.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example.